What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our player ratings video here on Anfield Agenda after the Reds have comfortably beaten Qarabag by 6 goals to 0, a result that sees us finish in third place in the Champions League phase, meaning we avoid the playoff round and will go straight into the round of 16. If you haven't joined us for a player ratings video before, this is what you can expect. I'm going to go through the referee, players, substitutes and manager, giving them all a score out of 10. If you would like to submit your player ratings in the future and have a chance to win that signed Steven Gerrard frame shirt completely free, make sure to scan the QR code below or use the link in the description to join the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. That is where Connor puts the link in for the player ratings, and it's also where you can find the information on how to enter that giveaway to win a signed and framed Steven Gerrard shirt completely free, with thanks to our friends at the Collector's Corner. We will be giving away one item every single month throughout 2026, and on top of that, you can get yourself a cheeky little 20% off as well by using the code Anfield Agenda 1 at checkout. If you'd like to secure yourself anything from the site, you'll find that information in the description. Right, let's get straight into it and start with the referee. Do you know what? I actually didn't think he was that bad. There was a few niggly little things in the first half. I thought he was given a few simple free kicks for people going down. But most of the major decisions, I think he got right. For what it's worth, and I know we're going back very early in the game here, but I thought Qarabag were unlucky not to have a penalty. I thought Ryan Gravenberch did go through the back of the player, to be honest. He also had a very good spot when he seen Mohamed Salah's foot trod on the edge of the 18-yard box, which of course led to Mo's goal. So yeah, delighted with the referee's performance tonight. I thought it was decent enough. So for me, I'm going to give him a score of 6, which is in Craig terms for a referee. That's an 8 really. And the audience have gone for a score there of 6.4. Next up, Alisson Becker. Difficult one really to judge tonight for Ali, because they'd one shot on target and he didn't really have a lot to do. Certainly didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't have a lot to do. So taking that into account, I have given Alisson a score of 6.5, which coincidentally is exactly the same as the average Anfield Agenda audience score. Next up, we go to Endo. We could have put Frimpong in, but it's very hard, nay impossible, to give a player a rating after 2.5 minutes. All we can say is we hope Jeremy is back soon. We'll let you know more about that injury as and when we know it. He was, of course, replaced by Wataru Endo, who came on and did a very good job. Now, I think he'll have harder days ahead if he does play in the games against Newcastle, Manchester City or whatever. But as always, he's a dependable squad player who came in and did his job today. So for that, I'm going to give him a score of 6. The audience have gone higher with a 7.2. But honestly, the reason I went with a 6 is he didn't really have much defending to do there. And we were certainly pinning them in more in the second half, which was a much better performance for me than the first half. But all in all, it's a 6 for me and a 7.2 from the audience. Next up, Ryan Gravenberch. I actually, look, the part he had to defend in the first half, I honestly don't think he defended well. His body shape was wrong. He was getting into some awkward positions and he didn't look really comfortable when they were attacked. We were attacked, down our right-hand side. Also, I felt he was fortunate not to give away that penalty. Look, we know what a good footballer he is, but he ain't a centre-back, and you could see that today for me. Like I said, tougher tests to come. So with that in mind, I do hope we have Gomez or Canade back for the weekend. So I'm going to give a score of 5.5 to Ryan Gravenberch for a centre-back performance, and the audience have gone for a 6.6. Now, like I've said, this is based off him playing at centre-back today, and I did think in the first half, if you look back, there was a few moments where he was a little bit bemused back there. Next up, we go to our captain, Virgil van Dijk. And I don't know if any other centre-back has had 3 assists in the Champions League. I really don't know, but Virg did tonight. I probably feel a little bit unfortunate not to get himself a goal as well. He had a shot that just missed the top corner. So yeah, like I said, not much from a defensive perspective today, but we did the job that we needed to do. We didn't have all that much defending to do. We'd over 30 shots in the game. And Virgil, again, was a real threat from set pieces. So I'm giving him a score of 7 today. And the audience have gone for a 7.5 for your captain, Virgil van Dijk. Next up, left back Andy Robertson. Hopefully that is not his last game for the Reds, and hopefully Robbo stays at the club past the end of this January transfer window. It was a decent performance. Again, we had a lot more attacking to do than we did defending, so it's hard to really judge the defenders on both sides of the game tonight. But in attack, I thought he did okay, so I'm giving Robbo a 6.5, and the audience have gone there for a score of 6.8 for Mr. Andy Robertson. Into midfield now, Alexis McAllister, who was voted your Anfield Agenda man of the match. You guys had your votes and he won it just ahead of Florian Wirtz. For me, I thought he was alright. I'm not blinded by goals and assists by people. I thought in the middle of the park today, particularly in that first half, he was just ran past way too easily. And he still doesn't look up to speed to me. Delighted he got his goals today, and he deserves them for the effort he put into that game. But I'm still not convinced by his performances. But that aside, he did score a brace today. I was egging him on and wanted him to get the hat-trick, so I'm going to give him a 7. And the audience have gone a bit higher with an 8.1 for Alexis McAllister. I guess it depends on how much you are swayed by the likes of the goals and the assists. Dominic Szoboszlai, look, Mr. Reliable this season. It was lovely to see him repay the favour from Mo with a little back heel for Mo's goal, which of course was the reverse of Mohamed Salah backheeling it to Dominic Szoboszlai at the weekend or in the last game. So yeah, delighted that he could do that for Mo today, and as always put in a very good shift. So Dominic Szoboszlai gets a 6.5 from me and a 7.6 from the audience. I do bear in mind with my scores tonight, if you're thinking maybe some of them are on the low side, I do take into account the opposition we're playing against and the expectations going into the game as well. Florian Wirtz, I loved his goal. I really did. It was just, that's the type of composed finish we signed him for. Edge of the box, just guiding it into the corner, and continues that good streak of his. So, delighted to see him get some rest as well and brought off ahead of the game against Newcastle. So, for Mr. Wirtz tonight, it's a 7 from me, and it's a 7.8 from the Anfield Agenda audience. Next up, Mohamed Salah rifled that free kick in. Lovely little curl on that as well. That's the type of strike we're used to seeing from Mohamed Salah in and around the edge of the penalty area. In the first half, there were times where he misjudged a few passes. Really unlucky not to get assist as well. He played a beautiful ball into Cody Gakpo. Cody headed towards the goalkeeper who made a save, which I did really appreciate from Mo. But still want a little bit more of the killer instinct in front of goal. There was a few chances again that he probably felt like he could have done a bit better with. All in all though, great to see him back on the score sheet. So tonight it's a 6.5 for me for Mo and a 7.1 from the audience. Next up, Cody Gakpo. It was okay from Cody tonight. Again, look at the opposition we're facing. He was unlucky with the header that the keeper made a good save in, and you could see he was frustrated because he was unlucky with a free kick as well that took a nick off the wall. I just thought he did a decent professional performance tonight, in all honesty. So for me, I'm going to give Cody a score of 5.5, and the audience have gone a bit higher with a score of 5.7. Next up, Hugo Ekitike. His goal was my favourite goal of the night. I don't know about you guys, maybe you can let me know in the comment section, but for me, his goal was brilliant. Virgil lumps it upfield, and the defender thinks he's getting there, and Ekitike knocks it past him. Then another defender comes across, and Hugo knocks it past him, keeps running towards goal, and then slots it past the goalkeeper. Hopefully that's a goal that, well, I was going to say gives him a bit more confidence, but he's absolutely flying with confidence. So for me, Hugo Ekitike gets a score of 7, and the audience have gone for a 7.9. Again though, do remember, we were playing Qarabag, so for me, the 8s, the 8.5s, they're reserved for tougher opponents. Next up, Rio Engamoa. So honestly, I thought he took a little bit too much out of the ball at times. Delighted he got the minutes, and you could see there's no fear in the lad. But you can also see that there is some fine-tuning left to do there, as there should be with a young forward of his tender young age. But I do think he played well when he came on tonight. Just needs to release the ball a little bit quicker on occasion, and maybe be a bit more direct rather than a couple of the step overs. I'm nitpicking. These are all things that will be ironed out of his game. But most importantly, I truly am delighted that himself, Neoni, did get minutes. I'm going to give him a 6 for his cameo from the bench, and the audience have gone a bit higher than me with a 6.4. Next up, Trey Morris Neoni. Great to see him on the pitch again. I really do like this lad, and was hoping that when we went those few goals ahead, Arna did start to look to the bench for the likes of him. And again, does no wrong when he comes on. Makes it just look simple, does the simple things right, and just makes things move. So for me, looking forward to seeing more of Trey Morris Neoni, and interesting to see if the Arna does keep him for the remainder of the season, or if there's a potential late loan for him. For me, I've given him a score today of 6, and the audience have gone a little bit higher with a 6.3 for Trey Neoni. Next up, Come on, who wasn't smiling when he scored and Virgil ran across to him? A little bit of a heart and mouth moment waiting for the VAR check, excuse me, but he was onside and looked delighted for him. Strange one, if you watch the manager's expression when after he scored, I don't know if it was just bad timing from the camera or whatever, but there wasn't even a hint of a smile. But Fede, great moment in front of the cop. We don't know what his future holds at the club, but we do know that he'll always be somebody that the fans hold in high regard. So well done on getting your goal today, and you can see everyone running straight over to him, happy to celebrate with him. So we give him a 6.5 for his goal and a 7.3 from the audience. And Nalo, I said this to Connor, he didn't do anything wrong when he came on, but did you notice the moment? He had one where he went flying in the challenge, sort of studs up, and he was a little bit lucky that he missed the man and the ball, because that could have been trouble again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back and watch it. Just one challenge. It was the only thing. Everything else absolutely spot on, not a bother. But it was a heart and mouth moment for me in that one challenge he attempted. I didn't want him getting another red. So I'm going to give him a score of 5.5 for his cameo from the bench, and it's a 6.1 from the audience. And finally, Mr. Arneslot did what he had to do tonight. Got the kids on, gave them minutes, rested up some of the first team players. Absolutely nothing that he could do about the Jeremy Frimpong situation. That's just bad luck. Can't blame that on anybody. Not going to get into his post-match stuff because I don't want to end this stream on the negative. So all I'm going to say is this. Well done to everybody, including the manager tonight. We have seen ourselves book a spot into the last 16 in the top 8 as we wanted. That was the goal. We finished third in the table. So happy to say well done to everybody, including the manager tonight. So I'm giving him a score of this game of 6, and the audience have gone for a 5.7. But let's see what happens with Newcastle at the weekend, which will be another tough game. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for tonight's player ratings videos. Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And of course, we'd love you to enter the giveaway for that signed, framed Steven Gerrard shirt, which is the first of 12 giveaways we'll be running in our WhatsApp throughout 2026. Scan that QR code, and again, at checkout, use Anfield Agenda 1 for 20% discount if you'd like to treat yourself. Thank you guys, appreciate you. We'll see you soon. Much love. Bye bye.